That same time also, my father died. He died before I came to Nigeria. And the family have to sell all the properties they have to buy air tickets for us to see our father for the last time before he dies. And that's when we landed. When we landed, we saw our father lying on the bed, crying, screaming like a baby. Hey, see them! See them! See another one! See another! Bible says, whosoever you give your members over to obey, his servant you are. If you're a member of any cult, any secret society, the day you die, the demons of that cult will appear to drag you to hell. If you're living in fornication and adultery, the day you die, the demons of immorality, they will appear before you to drag you to hell. If you're drinking alcohol, the day you die, those demons will appear to drag you to hell. You better decide now, who is your Lord? Who will you serve? It's not coming to church, sir. It's more than coming to church. It's a decision. That's how my father was crying like a baby until he died. Hey! The day my father died, all the family were confused. What do we do? Without even calling anybody. That's when we came to know who was our father. Because we didn't know who our father was. It was when he died. All the leading Ogboni men from all over the world landed at the same time. From Enugu, from Aba, from Onitsha, from Lagos, from Abuja, from outside Nigeria, from inside, from Port Harcourt. Who called them? Which aeroplane did they enter to all land at the same time? Hi! And they say, we have come because our man has gone. Your man? Who are you? We are Ogboni. Your father is the custodian. He's the man in charge of Ogboni. He's our national president. And your father's house is our international headquarters. So we have come to carry out the final rites before the day of burial. And they enter one small room with our papa and finish. And call the family to come and see papa for the last time before the day of burial. When the family enter, they notice blood streaming, gushing from the loins of our papa. Because when the man in Ogboni, the head of Ogboni dies, the next man to take over, you either eat his heart or his private parts. That's why you were eating this thing yesterday. You eat the lamb, you drink the bread, you drink the blood. Because, sir, nobody rises in any kingdom. You either go this way or you go that way. Choose. That was how on the day of burial of my papa, all the who's who, just as they came for the wedding, that's how they came for the burial. My father's burial was front newspaper of every newspaper in Nigeria. He was the kingpin. He was in charge of all the, whether you talk of governors, presidents, whoever you want to talk. Now my papa, he's the one to crown you. On the day of his burial, that's how the whole of Nigeria came. The who's who of Nigeria. When I say who's who, I mean all the demons in Nigeria. And you'll see Ogboni men coming for the burial. Hey! With their paraphernalia, with leaf in their mouths, humming. You never see something. That's why you are sleeping while you are alive. That's why as you gather here, it's like what we are doing here is nonsense to you. You have never faced life. Until you start to face issues of life, then you will know that this thing we are doing here is life itself. And you will never have a better opportunity. God prepares such a platform to bring you out from chains of bondage, family wickedness, and put you on a solid rock. Hey, after my father's burial, my mama, all my brothers and sisters, Fiam back to London. I'm the only one who remained here. I've remained in Nigeria not because I love Nigeria, but because the hand of God came upon my life and called me for the healing and deliverance of my people. That's why I've been in Calabar as a preacher now for 42 years, facing the ministry of deliverance of Calabar Cross River States. It's called territorial priesthood. That's what your father here is into. He's standing for the East. It's a calling. It's a mandate. No leave, no transfer. All my brothers and sisters are in London. So many people ask me, Theo, what are you doing in Nigeria, Calabar, especially Calabar? What are you doing there? The kind of grace, the kind of ministry, you are wasting there. I said, no, I'm not wasting. I'm doing what he who called me to do. It's not about big church. It's not about men clapping for you. It's about he who is older than age, nodding his head for you. Because one day you will stand before him. And I want to hear those words. Well done, good and faithful servant. Enter. I've had many opportunities. Maybe I would have been a footballer. I like football in my days. Maybe I would have been an athlete. I trained with the British athletics team. My senior brother hold the triple jump record for Britain, even though he's a Nigerian. He ran 400 meters for Britain, high jump, triple jump, decathlon. Maybe I would have been a basketball player. I was multi-talented in sports, but not in educational. In education, I am Mumu of Mumu. Until Jehovah touched my brain. But none of those is my calling and destiny. This is my calling. This is my purpose. This is my assignment. This is my mission. And that's how I have to now, when my father died, my mother and brothers all left to UK. And within few years, all the properties that my father has lost, except Satan headquarters. So I don't have any house to stay again. I either have to look for house rent or I go and live in Satan headquarters. Have you ever slept in a graveyard before? That's what it means to sleep in Satan headquarters. When you sleep in that house, you will close door and sit down. The door you close will open again by itself and close again. Chakam! When you stay in Satan headquarters, windows will be opening and closing by themselves. Furniture will be moving. Have you ever seen dancing chair? That's why you can't pray. That's why when you come to church, you just become weak. You don't have strength. Because you're already a dead person. Life comes from Jesus. Strength comes from Jesus. My father's house is by the Calabar River. That's the headquarters of Satan. In those days, there's no ship. There's no boats, engine boats that can pass there. The moment the ship, the engine boat come there, the engine will off automatically until you come and pay homage to my father. If you don't pay homage to my father and settle him, there's no engineer, whether from Japan, whether from Germany, that will fix that thing. Those are the water spirit. My father controlled them. Me, I know them. I even know their names. Because at the age of 21, I have to go to the water and begin to take authority. I don't know what you're doing at the age of 21. I don't know how many years you will become matured in the things of God. At the age of 21, I will sit by the waterfront in Calabar and command Nsukumonko, Anansa, Afianwan, Ekpenyong. I'll begin to call them by names, take authority of them. You were here because my father is here. Now he has gone. I have taken over. You can't stay here. Come out! And my prayer is always from 12 midnight. Because, sir, those of you who sleep all night, congratulations. I have a remedy for you to help you to have vibrant prayer life. Come and stay in the graveyard. Go and stay in headquarters of Satan. You cannot sleep all night in Satan headquarters. If you try it in the morning, they have carried you physically and they keep you outside by Calabar River. When you have seen yourself outside by Calabar River 3 times, nobody will tell you to sleep in the night. You will learn to sleep in the daytime and pray all night. That's my life. That's how I've been up all night, last night. I don't sleep in the night. If I sleep 3 hours is okay. I sleep more in the daytime. Before you come, I come here, I've covered 5 hours already. It's normal for me. That's my life. I was not trained in Bible college, sir. I was trained in Satan headquarters. I don't believe in 3-day fasting, 7-day fasting. I used to fast January to December. Who are you to be fasting 3 days in Satan headquarters? And the more I pray, the more frustrated I become. I become so frustrated. Heaven closed. I fast until all my cheeks, all my nash. I fast until to eat is a problem. Maybe you have not been there. Maybe you don't know what it means to be living, and it's hard for you to eat 1 meal a day. Me, I know Calabar very well. I can tell you every street in Calabar. I don't trek tire. I was not brought up here. I was brought up in London. I was brought up in duplex. I was brought up through a father who has houses all over UK. I schooled in the most expensive school in Europe. And God bring me down to the most frustrated lifestyle you can ever imagine. When people say, things are hard. I tell them, you never start. And I'm very happy with my God. Because that's what He used to train me and pass me through my own school. It's called University of Tears. And that's the battle I face. Let me check time. I think you gave me... Huh? So you're enjoying my suffering. I will not be able to finish it this morning, sincerely. It's a very long story. I will continue it in the evening. I will break it somewhere. That's the battle I face as a young man. Until I said, okay, maybe it's the Sanctum Sanctonium. Because every occult grandmaster must have a sanctum. Do you have one? Do you have a place of prayer? Do you have an altar where you meet with God? There is no occult man that rises without having a sanctum. It's like you're not serious. It's like your own Christianity is hit and run. Anyhow goes. Even car has garage. Dog has kennel. You unko. Which one is your own? I said, let me enter that sanctum. Let me pack the paraphernalia of my papa and deal with the altars. I was 21 when I entered there. I never called pastor. Because one with God is majority. But the question is, are you really with God? That's why you're looking for pastor everywhere, because you are not with God. Those who know their God, they shall be strong and do exploits. Those who doesn't know their God, they are jumping up and down. Man of God, pray for me. Man of God, pray for me. Thank God you didn't come to me for prayer. I will lay hand and say, Father, let his problem increase until he will know himself.